presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. New course to most of the golfers on tour. This challenging layout just opened in 2015. Today we're along the east coast of Maine. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo. We'll be calling all the action from the cliffs at Lighthouse Point.
Another great design from Brian Patel, and they really threw the boat out here. Some excellent choice of holes, and you're going to see the changes in elevation. You get this on a windy day, and of course 7,700 yards will play even longer than that. A nice calm day though, Rich, and you really can shoot a good score out here.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
The green is up above, and this will play at least a club longer. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. He'll need to be strong with this. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Great start.
Now at the second here at Lighthouse Point, Frank, this is some tough par 3.
If you want to try and really break the hole down and be a purist here, Rich, you'd like to hit a little cut into this green, something that moves away from the water and the cliff back towards that bunker. That would be the perfect shot to hit. It's such a difficult par 3. Anything on the green would be good here.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up.
It's no snack though. Do that.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, back with you at the third hole here at the Cliffs. And this is a hole that offers up a chance to put a red number on the board, Frank.
It certainly does. A good drive finding this very narrow fairway will certainly give you the opportunity to reach the green in 2. Stray a little left, either with the drive or the second, and all of a sudden you might realize this par 5 has teeth.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Headed for the bunker? Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
The second shot. Frank, this one is veering far to the left. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Setting up in the fairway, 200 yards to where that hole is cut. Frank lost that one, and that might be OB.
Oh, I think you're right.
Look out, that ball's OB, and that'll be a one-shot penalty. Now, this will be counted as the fourth shot after going OB on that previous shot. This is a good-looking shot. He's hit the green, but his work is by no means finished. A difficult putt coming up from about 25 feet. And the computer dials this one up at 26 feet. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. In the hole and a birdie. Well, here at the par 4 fourth, 411 yards, Frank, this is the kind of hole where you want to pull out the cell phone and maybe take a few pictures because the views are absolutely amazing.
And you also see why this golf course is called the Cliffs, that's for sure. Great vistas. This front nine completely lines the coast, so you're going to need to keep it fairly straight on this golf course. This hole in particular, though, the fairway is actually rather generous, so you do get a little bit of reprieve off the tee. And you really want to hit the fairway because that green is very tiny, Rich. This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Ian for birdie. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Now at the fifth hole, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
Well, it's very easy to get lulled into a false sense of security here, Rich. No fairway bunkers, just sort of think you would blaze away. But really, you've got to find the fairway here. Very small green and well protected by that bunker short and right of this green. So if you miss the fairway, this hole becomes very difficult indeed quite quickly.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Second shot coming out of the rough here. That one is bunker bound, it looks like.
That's a tough lie to come out of. Not surprising it's come up short.
Well short right there, but still in the game for a par. And Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. All right, so green side bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just a couple of feet. And he takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
Moving on to hole number 6, par 3 of 198 yards. This won't hurt him. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's at sneaky distance. Just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
These putts keep the round together.
That looked like it nearly got below the lip, the level of the lip there.
Can't believe that one, Frank. That was a complete horseshoe right there. He needs this for par. Good effort and good par putt. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Seventh hole at Lighthouse Point is only 370 yards, Frank. Are you happy if you walk out of here with anything other than birdie?
If you hit the fairway, you definitely should be looking at birdie. But the biggest problem here is to decide, Rich, what club to hit off the tee. You could hit a multitude of clubs here. Further up you go, the narrower this fairway gets. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
That's an absolute beauty.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot.
Well, just a little too much, Rich.
I don't know if it was wind at his back. He didn't calculate it, but he's going to be left with a difficult chip shot here. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
So a tester from 4 feet. Has it. Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It is only 165 yards.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
Headed for the bunker? Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. Here's the colorful Jonas Blixt. Good putter, and this is for par. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Putt for par. Needs one. We move to the 9th hole, and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard, and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out. Excuse the pun, we are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price. Nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation.
Well, he'll have to get up and down from the bunker to save his par. Frank, uphill shot. What did you like to do on a play like this?
The biggest thing really is to try and work on your balance. You've got to make sure you get through the shot and normally take an extra club.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, who you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Wow, I thought he made that. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. He's made it. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. Ready to tee off now, par 4 10th hole. This is a beast at 592 yards, and oh, by the way, it's a par 4, so saddle up. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up, it's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
A familiar waggle of Jason Dufner getting set for the approach. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Ian Poulter has this, the birdie. Good putt. Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10th. This one comes in at 530 yards, and more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it. Oh, that's fine.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. And Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot.
Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
And getting ready for the putt. Pretty good effort right there. This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Poulter could use this. It's a birdie putt. Count it. That's a birdie. 12th hole now, and Frank, the long hitters could have an advantage here.
If they want to take a very dangerous line over that left side, this is really where the shot maker has the advantage. That hole bending completely to the left. You'd like to hit a draw there, so use those bunkers down the through side of the fairway and then just sort of shape that ball towards the green. Interesting shaped green, really 3 different sections to this, and of course 3 bunkers, each protecting a different portion.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. This won't hurt him. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Good swing, good shot yet again. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Just misses. That was not a very good read right there. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Get in the hole.
Can you believe that?
On to the 13th, and Frank, I love golf courses where you run into something you've never seen before. I have never played a par 5 of 700 or more yards. Here it is. Wow, he moved that a long ways right in the fairway. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Not what he wanted, but he's headed to the beach. Third shot now for Jason Dufner. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. Now at the par 3 14th, over another body of water. Frank, you could make some big numbers on this golf course. I would think if you walk out of here today having shot under par, you have to be really happy.
Certainly is big boy golf playing around the cliffs at Lighthouse Point, Rich. And this is another example here at this beefy par 3, 240 yards. You can see Lake Zimmer protects the front of this green and to the right. It's obviously where they get all their irrigation water from. But there's enough green left of the flag here. That's really what you've got to be looking at, that front left section.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Might be. Could be. Sinks it.
Unbelievable.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. '15th hole, and Frank, a return to sanity. 387 yards, par 4.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand left and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should be set up with a relatively short iron in to a green that really the only problem is if you go long.
This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. That's an absolute beauty.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
It's a big putt right here for birdie. Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Now Dufner ready to roll the rock.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Time to make a move, the closing stretch here at number 16, par 3, 241 yards.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie.
This ball never even looked like it was going down the fairway, hitting way right.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
17th hole is another par 5 over 600 yards. You get a terrific view of Juniata Crossway Bridge just ahead. And Frank, if you jump over that bridge, you can get a dynamite lobster roll at Nielsen's Lobster Shack. I don't know if you've ever had it.
Oh,
but
it's one of the best.
It just adds to sort of the charm of this area. But what a hole this is.
S-shaped par 5. You can see it bending to the right off the tee, and then the hole starts to go the other way. With magnificent view of the bridge you're just referring to. Reachable for the longest hitters, but once again, avoid the bunkers, and they're all down the right side.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Now the second shot to the par 5. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. He'll need to be strong with this. This is a cross-country special. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Looks like he just misread that. Jonas Blixt for birdie. Can't wait to write those on the card. One below par. Chalk it up. It's a birdie. Just a couple of feet. Well said, partner. What a day it's been. From the cliffs at Lighthouse Point. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and we hope to see you next time. This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. One of the famous layouts on the PGA Tour, it's the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. This is the King's Palace. Arnold Palmer built it, Frank, in the 1970s.
And for so long, it has been the showcase for Orlando golf.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Getting set now over the putt. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Great start.
Back to the action here at the second and a par 3. Frank, it's 231 yards. What are we looking at?
Well, somehow, if you can hit it sky high, that's the best shot to hit in there. This green sometimes gets brick hard, and of course, it all slopes to the left.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank, which way is this headed?
Well, judging by his body English, looks like it's heading a little right. There is a bit of green out there, though.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Well, this one's tracking.
Whoa, what a bonus.
He has this putt for birdie. Now at the par 4 third, Frank, this is a great golf hole.
It certainly is. Remember, the brain doesn't register don'ts. So aim right. There's a bunker down there. Keep focusing on where you want it to go, not in the other direction.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Good contact, good result. That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. So just 100 yards away. Now the second shot. Get down. Lay down. Well, as an old baseball announcer once, always found this to be hard, Frank. You're seething, you're just fired up, you just knocked one out of bounds, and you have to kind of put it back together.
Yeah, this one better find the fairway.
Now playing four after going OB on that previous shot. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Wow, what a putt. That is huge. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo back at the fourth hole here at Bay Hill. This is the first par 5 on the golf course. 561 yards. You thinking birdie here, Frank?
No, you certainly are. Perhaps even 3. This is almost ramrod straight, little hazard down the right side. But a good one, you can certainly get home for 2.
So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Steeply up the hill here. This is going to play very long.
In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. Oh, he just missed the bunker. Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. You have to allow for that. And keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark. This has no chance of finding the fairway. This is turning left.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here.
Rich, that was some shot out of the rough. I really didn't think he could even get that on the green.
Well, just to get it on the green, as you say, I think is a big win. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer. And that one just didn't go in. Frank, that is painful.
I mean, all you got to do, just hit it. Just hit it.
Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. He has this for par. And he makes it for par. Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Never a pleasant moment, the drop after you've gone into the water, but here we are. So hit the previous shot in the water, took a drop, this now the third shot.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Frank, getting set for this approach shot, our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Frank, he could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants a do-over there.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Well read.
Well, after that beast of a par 5, Frank, it is time to finesse one up on the green here at the par 3-7, just a little under 200 yards.
There's a big mound in the middle of the green. The flag's above it, and then you've got to be really precise. If it's short of it, you can use that mound as a backstop.
Had the club face open just a bit at impact, and that one moves considerably to the right of the flagstick. This is a good-looking shot. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
It's a good-looking putt right here. He might like do that. Not an easy one, 20 feet away. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful putt. Getting ready to tee off now at the 8th, and Frank, this hole has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, even though it's a pretty hole, Rich, it's a fairway you must hit because that second shot here is one of the toughest on the golf course.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Excellent looking shot here. A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron. That's right, a 3-iron on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sandwich. Amazing. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Settles in over the putt. Good stroke, just came up empty. Just a tap in to finish the hole. He'll take par and move on. Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. What's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker.
Well, that sets up well for a chance at the green here at the 9th. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts. Really. This is that awkward length.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
This would give him the par. Has it. Good putt right there. Beautiful day here at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida. The great weather. Frank, how do you get off to a great start here on the back nine?
Trying to avoid those three bunkers, two on the left, one on the right, but it's one of the few holes that moves to the right. So if you can just smoke one over that right bunker, just a sand iron in there.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Wow, rolling the ball beautifully, makes birdie again.
Yeah, that pace, that roll, it's always getting to the hole, and it's the perfect, what we call the perfect holding speed. It uses all 4 1/4 inches of the cup.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
What a great shot.
Frank, another good hole, the par 4 11th, looking at the second shot now.
Yeah, the second shot has a similar look to the second shot at the third hole at Bay Hill. Water all down the left-hand side that has to be respected. And a green really where you've got to favour the right side, or at least right of middle.
And Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Has it. That's birdie. Just 5 feet left. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Teeing it up here on the 12th, 574-yard par 5, Frank.
Another one that's reachable, obviously long and straight. That rough down the right side, though, is normally very thick. Avoid the 2 bunkers, lots of contours and undulations around this green.
Headed for the bunker? Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. That's in the fairway. This is one of the more challenging shots in the game, the fairway bunker shot, isn't it, Frank?
It is. You look at the distance involved, obviously what's in front of him now. He has to hit this shot absolutely clean.
Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway. Second shot.
So after the layup, Frank, here at the par 5 12th, pitch shot here, try to make birdie.
Yeah, just use the contours of this green. You can actually get to this flag a lot of different ways. Using one of the mounds, there's nothing wrong with that.
Birdie try up next. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is a cross-country special. This one has a good line.
Normally you'd be happy to take two from there. What's one going to feel like? Great putt.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Par 4 13th, Frank, you've played it on a number of occasions. How do you attack this hole?
Really one of the shortest on the golf course, but this is a fool's paradise here. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Frank, sadly, I've been there too often. In the water, you get down on yourself. What's the right way to approach this mentally?
Well, you've almost got to take a step backwards, Rich. This can add up so quickly. So give yourself a little pat on the back, say it's fine. I mean, you're human. You're allowed to hit bad shots. But the big thing now is to avoid two in a row.
Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water. Par 4 13th, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
You'll need to be strong with this. Good swing, good shot yet again. This is for par for Dufner. And that's a par for Jason Dufner, the 2013 PGA champion. Shouldn't be a problem here. That has to feel good. That's a birdie. Frank, I like a good par 3 over 200 yards, requiring that one good, clean strike. And here's a good case in point, 216 yards, all you want.
Yeah, bunk it at the back, bunk it to the left side, a little collection area to the right. So really, in the end, you've got one choice. That's hit your best.
That will be a great look at birdie. Yeah, about 150 yards left here, Frank. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants to do over there.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Ooh, that hurts.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. He's made it. Frank, deep in the round at the 15th, you need to maybe make something happen. How difficult is that with such a huge dog leg here?
Once again, make sure you know the distance to carry the bunker or run out. You got to play to your strength.
It is the house that Arnold built, the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Arnold's summer home is actually in western Pennsylvania, Latrobe Country Club. That's where he grew up. He came to Central Florida in the 1970s and fell in love with this piece of ground. He bought it, and he's grown it ever since, and now it is host to one of the premier stops on the PGA Tour. Big, strong golf course. You have to really be a good ball striker and generally one of the longer hitters to be successful around here. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. This one just requires a little bit of focus. He'd settle for par here. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Is this a good risk-reward par 5?
It's more about the second shot here. It's probably the most demanding second shot on the golf course. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Well, That ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. And this attempt will be from about 130 yards. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, I see a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Frank into the finishing stretch now, and really a good chance to make something happen.
Big swing hole here, 16, very reachable, but consequently, too, you've got to hit a great second shot. They've changed this green, especially that left side, left and short. You're going to come back to the water, but such a great reward for a nice, cool, high-hanging second shot.
Playing his third here at the par 5. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive. Duffner trying to call a birdie. Wow, what a birdie. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Always like this par 3, Frank. Par 3 17th. Let me amend that. I like watching the best in the world play it because it can be daunting, especially with the pressure ratcheted up.
When they have the tournament on, this green is brick hard. A little bit downhill, that's about the only advantage you get.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Just a bit left of the hole location.
Should still be okay.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Could it be? Oh, he's going to love it.
How far was that? That was miles away.
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Great, too.
Beautiful. Frank, always nice to get in a round.